Virgo, welcome. This is Crow Indigo Intuitive Tarot. This is your weekly read. Virgo placement, Sun, Moon, Rising. General reading, so will not resonate with all of you. We're using two different decks today. We're using the Star Spinner Tarot, and we're using the Golden Art Nouveau Tarot for clarifying cards. So, our readings this week are based around summer solstice, which is today. And I wish you all a merry summer solstice. We're looking at what our summer reading is, basically. What are our lessons we're meant to be working on over the summer? What are we learning? What are we going to be working through? We have, for you, the Devil, the Nine of Pentacles, Nine of Coins in this deck, and the Moon. Virgo, this is very interesting. Two major arcana out of the three cards. Nine of Coins being a very strong, independent energy, self-sufficiency. It has a very peaceful feeling to it, a very calm energy around that card today. And with the Moon, there's sort of a happiness there. So the Moon is really this card of the unknown. You know, it's a little harder to see clearly what is, what the reality of a situation is. So a lot of times that card can have kind of an anxious feeling to it, a little bit of stress or a little worry around it. But today, it strikes me as a very joyful energy around the card of the Moon. This woman almost appears to be dancing and just really unconcerned about not knowing all of the answers. The Devil even here doesn't seem to be quite as concerning in its energetic appearance as I would normally read with the Devil. There's a sense here that your summer lesson, your summer observations, the work you have to do over the next couple of months are really about just finding the joy in your independence. So, you know, if this is for someone who's recently had a breakup, this summer is so good for you. It feels like it's a really life-affirming energy around the coming weeks for you, where you realize you're okay. You realize it's all right to be on your own. If it's somebody who has had some job disruptions, you realize that you don't need that job. Give me a minute. I'm going to have a sip of water here. But even if you're in a relationship and you have a full-time job, there's this sort of dawning awareness that you are self-sufficient, that you can stand on your own 2 feet, that you know what you're doing, that you are safe, that you are secure materially, and that everything's going to be okay. And the things that have been weighing you down, been pulling you down, the energies around you that are disruptive or destructive to you, they're on their way out. It's kind of like the Devil, you know, flying back into the past, not really impacting your present. And even though you don't know all the answers, even though you're still not clear on where you're going maybe or how this all turns out, it's okay, because you're able to sit with that ambiguity very comfortably right now. Clarifying cards here, we have the Four of Pentacles, the Knight of Wands, pardon me, and the Knight of Swords. It feels like, to me, when you find your quiet center, when you are confident, part of that is coming from the fact that you know what your resources are, whether that's financial or the people you can rely on. the skill set that you have. You know what you have. You know how much money there is. You know how many resources there are. You know who you can count on and who you can call if you need something. And there's a confidence that grows out of keeping your accounts, essentially, knowing where your resources are. There's this that supports you in this feeling and this confidence and stillness and enjoyment of your independence. This Knight of Wands, Knight of Swords, these could be people in your life that are sort of, on the one hand, there's somebody who's kind of wanting, they see your independence and it makes them a little bit nervous and they kind of want to draw you in. They may use that, use sort of a passion related appeal to you to try to control you in some way because they see so much independence in you. For some of you, that will read. For others of you, I think this is just perhaps a project, some involvement, some extracurricular activity, or some group that wants you involved that may be trying to get your time, and you really have to think about whether this summer is when you want to engage with these folks, or if you really just kind of want to enjoy right now. Dance in the unknowing, the future. Dance in that ambiguity about what comes next, and just enjoy the stillness of this moment, and just enjoy being you without all these obligations and commitments during the summer. But yes, for a few of you, this is a person who is a little bit threatened by your independence and is trying to draw you in romantically, lustfully. For others of you, like I say, it's potentially kind of an extracurricular group or organization that really wants your time. And I get the sense that you may be better served by putting that on hold until the fall, because this is such a beautiful energy and it's so rare. I think you're really going to want to enjoy it. This here with this Knight of Swords, this could be one of a couple of things. It could be somebody who is looking at you in your independence and is finally able to be very honest with you because they know that you can stand on your own. They see in you a strength that maybe has always been there, but for whatever reason they couldn't see it before. And now they're able to really communicate with you honestly. And I think if that's the case for you, that's a good thing. It may not necessarily be something you want to hear, but I doubt seriously that what you hear will be surprising to you. It seems like it's just the other person is finally able to see that you are a safe person to share this information with. For others of you, it feels like there may be involvements in your life that you want to cut away now, that you really want this summer for yourself. You really want the peace and the quiet of not having a bunch of activities, of not having a lot of people you're responsible for, or organizations that you are doing work with. It could possibly be letting go of a part-time job because you've already got a full-time job. But just sort of cutting away the extra that gets between you and your peace. That's sort of what I'm seeing there for you, Virgo. I hope that's helpful. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. I hope you have a fantastic week. It looks like a really good summer, a really wonderful feeling summer for you. This makes me happy. Thanks for supporting the channel. If you haven't subscribed, please consider doing so, and we'll see you next week. Blessings.